Hello everyone, and welcome back once again to Chaosville, here with your master of horror for the evening, lying in bed one. So, not much has changed in here. I have moved those around, so I can actually put this in place. I don't know if I ever showed that off. Oh, one thing I also didn't show off actually is back here. I've been draining a lot of lava out of the area at the bottom of the well, so I've now put this to work in a heated redstone generator, which creates more power than the ender generator does, and more than the furnace generator does, so I can now power the auto spawner that much better, which meant I can get, like, the better part of 3/4 of a stack of gunpowder in about 10 minutes. And also in here, I've lowered the floor, so I don't need to worry too much about the light as much. Haven't changed the power supply here, but I did add this, which is something from Mine Factory Reloaded. It is the XP extractor. So I've got four empty buckets in my inventory, and 11 levels of experience. So if I hold this, you can see my XP levels are going down, and they are being replaced into these buckets until I no longer have anything to put them in. So I now have 4 buckets of mob essence, which I can happily plug into here. So I could theoretically make an XP entirely system for getting this. I wouldn't actually even need to worry about these guys getting mobbed, but they are useful for getting certain things, which is nice. So I'm keeping it around for the time being. Unfortunately, we're not on the most recent version of Minecraft, so I can't just whack this once to get the item and not the frame as well. But what we are mostly going to be concerning ourselves with today is through here. It's doing its weird lighting update thing there, but now we have the Spanish moss growing everywhere. I went specifically with the Spanish moss because, unlike the vines from vanilla Minecraft, you cannot climb these at all. You can, if you're very careful, stand on the edges of these micro blocks. And those are just mostly around for decoration, but they're also keeping the Spanish moss from getting over my doorways, which, as it turns out, creates a few issues. I think I had like 4 or 5 different death points down here before, as a consequence of that. What if I hop over here, move these back a little bit? Haven't really reset that just yet, but our main thing is in here. I have an 11 by 11 space cleared out, because today we are mostly focusing on how we are going to work the curse itself. And the answer to that is that we're going to use the singular tag lock that we get from the system upstairs to use the rite of transposition, which summons the tag lock hit's bound creature or player. Requires 4 ingredients and ultra power of 3000. So we're going to need to build a system, much like our automatic cursing system, to bring in the 4 ingredients that we need, and that shouldn't be too difficult, because we just pull them out on the exteriors here for droppers. And then we'll trigger those underneath, and what will happen, I think, is that we'll bring the items along, the tag logs along here. I'm not expecting there to be more than 1 person in a given day, but there might be, so who knows. Also, these will only bring along 1 at a time, which is a little bit of a concern. Or maybe I could just try using hoppers for this. Either way, I need a 7-day shuffle, basically. I might try and come up with something better than this, because this will currently only work for 1 item at a time. But that will then dump them into a chest, where they will get sucked down into probably this one here, which will hold our tag locks. Okay, so let me bring this along. See if I get this right first time. Probably not, because that would require that I would be lucky. There we are, okay, yeah. Just a little off, not too far. Okay, so, dropper facing upwards here, and a chest here, so the items get pulled down, probably by item ducts, and around and into the dropper, where I can then trigger them using redstone in much the same fashion that we have been doing for setting the time to night, and cursing people remotely, and all sorts. And what are we going to do to them once we've actually got them here? Well, that is the fun part, I would say. Doop, 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 doop. Because once we're in here, I can decorate this place quite a bit better than I like to. Underneath here, I can install another teleportation circle, which is the rite of transmission, which requires no altar power, just a waystone bound to a certain location. Now, what I'm thinking I'll do is I will have a way to bring in a certain fellow into this room. And then, once they've had a few moments with that certain fellow, I will trigger that second teleport circle, and I will use it to send them away, wherever I should want them to go, maybe like a number of locations using because using the droppers we have up to 9 locations that we can have randomly selected, and they'll just end up randomly in the middle of the wilderness probably. Whether or not I'll be able to do that without sending the fellow along, I'm not sure. But let's get our... let me dig along here so we can actually gain access to all of our dropper spots. There is a lot of bauxite around here. I'm not sure if there's like some special significance to the area or not. 2, 3, 4, 5, and this way. But yeah, I've been getting a lot of bauxite around here, which is a shame because I don't really have any use for it. I feel like I've missed. Yep, I was one too far over, that's why. Eh, it happens. Okay. Doop, 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 doop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right, yes, I miscalculated because we're 1 block in from the actual point there. And this way through the Vintium ore, which I probably should investigate at some point. No? Where's this one gone? God. Oh, I didn't dig this one, that's why. I was right on the money. Yeah, I've taken out most of the ores around here, but a few are still around that I'm not particularly interested in having. And let me out. Whoop. That happens occasionally when I aim for a corner. Okay, so let's grab some droppers. Yup. And let me see, that's going to require some redstone, isn't it? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll keep that bit of redstone anyways. And I have some cobble on me. I keep having to check whether the remote is inside this circle, because occasionally things don't work when they should. And I can't really tell, because there's only like the 2 pixels that I can see in that thing. Okay, 4 more droppers. And these will need to be holding... Let's see, waystones, which are fairly cheap. That's just a bone needle and a piece of flint. Taglock kit, which is what we get from the upstairs system with the tape. Ender dew, which we can easily get a fairly nice supply of, because we're getting quite a few ender pearls now. And we just stick those into here and we get that. And something I can't read. Because it's written in kanji. Something knows something. Let's see, what does that symbol resemble? Sort of pickaxes across each other. See if we can find that. Let's see. So it's not gold. It's definitely not diamond. Unless it's a specific kind of diamond. Oh, hello, it is iron. That first symbol looks like iron. Iron something. So, let's see. Shovel? It's not a shovel. Axe. It is an iron axe. Okay, so there we go. We need iron axes. Which shouldn't be too much of a problem, since we have 19 blocks of iron. And once I've gotten a decent, stable power supply running, we can actually just have an ME system automatically crafting things to replace all of the items that we're using. Doop. And a doop. And a boop. There we go. Okay, so there are the 4 droppers that trigger the summon player. And I think I'll probably be tying the signal for these to the cover so that it actually triggers at the same time. I might add in a little bit of a delay, just so that if they actually choose to sleep and trigger the day, they'll be actually, like, running around and stuff. And of course I need to make certain that this only triggers during the day so that they can't be in bed. Let's see. Let's get the circle itself up, I think. Stick that there. Get rid of the torches. I guarantee I come back and there's a creeper or something in here. But yeah, I'm going to decorate this particular room, which will be completely sealed off, and I'll make it look suitably nightmarish. Something dark, something dank, something like the bottom of a well. Just for that little bit of ambiance. I can't really flood the floor, but because of doing so I'll wash away all the circles, so it won't really be very nice. Okay, fortunately I still have this hanging around, because otherwise I would need to use up my otherware chalk. Boop. Oop, a little bit of wandering. Okay, so I believe it should go here. No? Small and medium. No, is that not right? Let's see, medium overwear is an 11 by 11, isn't it? Last I checked. 11 by 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 dots. Yeah, this should be perfectly unless it's worried about this one particular block there. Okay, let's try that again. There you go, it was that one specific block. Yeah, there's always something. And I'll probably have a chandelier somewhere nearby so that other mobs don't spawn in here like creepers that might destroy blocks and mess things up. But they will appear in this circle, and I'll probably get rid of this other one that we can just have underneath. And that will then cause them to be teleported here, wherein we can then release a certain gent, who I believe I'll be introducing you more formally to next time. But he is the end boss of Witchery, and he is known as the Huntsman of the Wild Hunt. And you get to meet him by taking demonic blood and combining it with wicker bundles to make bloodied wicker bundles. And then you build them into that familiar Wicker Man shape that we've seen around the world. And that summons him when you set it on fire. Now, what I'm probably going to be doing is catching him into a safari net, not unlike these ones, as I've already got a demon here in the same fashion, which who I've been getting my demonic blood from. And then I might use an auto spawner, or I'm not entirely positive how to crowd control him, but I guess we'll find out. Because the problem is, you can cast a lot of things within each other, but the trouble is the circles need to be the right ones. So I can make a Rite of Sanctity, but then I won't be able to use the Rite of Transposition because they're the same scale. So that makes it a bit of a bother. I could maybe do a Rite of Protection. Well, no, I can't do a Rite of Protection because of the summoning. Yeah. Bit of a problem. But, one of the things I could do is summon Sky's Wrath, but, I'm not sure that would work quite as well as, summoning a boss mob. Well, I say summoning. I suppose I could get into Mistcraft, and, like, he is going to be a fairly tall mob, so if I have him, like, he's a fairly tall guy, so 3 blocks, players are 2 blocks, so if I have a high up level of Crystal, which they probably won't be able to see too much due to the darkness. Let me just see if Crystal actually still exists. Yes, it does. Okay. So using that, we can make a non-rectangular portal, and also non-vertical. We have it lie down horizontal, and then we can shove a bug into it when we want to clear the room of the huntsman right before we teleport stuff, and teleport him back off to a holding chamber of some description. We can even name him, for example. I don't know what we'd name him. We'd need to come up with a suitably interesting name. Let's see how this place looks. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. I am going to be flooding this bottom level, but I'm still having trouble getting rid of all of this dang lava. I know, I may have to get rid of that, but oh well, there it is for now. Oh, and evidently I missed a little bit with this Spanish moss, because I used the slabs to keep it from coming down here, but yeah, I guess 1 or 2 pieces isn't that bad. But before, when this was all just coming down unabated, I would aim, and you can see how it's got the full block. You can just see it around here, the line. That is the Spanish moss, and hitting the Spanish moss does cause me to teleport into it instead of the block I'm trying to aim at through it. So that's a little bit of a pain, but now I've got a kind of a climbing puzzle that I can do, which is kind of fun. And I like the idea that it is possible, bearing in mind I'm a witch, so I can teleport, but I like the idea that it's possible to climb out of this well. And oh, here comes the darkness. Hopefully this updates properly. No, apparently not. Yeah, every now and then it has these funky lighting glitches that it has. And it's not exactly something you can just point at and do, because you do actually have to push forward so that you're right against the wall, because these covers are very thin. But it is a nice little touch, and that might mean I'll get rid of these witchwood logs soon enough, which were mostly only here so Nifty could get in one time. But let me see. Let's see if I can actually make the wicker bundles that we're going to need. I may have to pop back to the well, hang on, actually I've got a bunch of wheat in one of the chests here. There we are. Perfect, because you used these to make the wicker bundles. And we are going to need, oh boy, quite a few of them. But fortunately, we still have a fairly bountiful farm up here, which is still powering our big altar. I think I still haven't added the system which is a protective circle onto the cover upstairs, and I know there isn't any kind of altar by the curse room itself, but I will be making altars specific to them so that I don't need to worry as much about the power for them. But anyways, let's see, how many can we make? We can make 7 so far, and that's with just 1 stack, so I think it's probably around a couple stacks that you need. And if I do that, is that right? Have I been wicker bundle? Oh, it's made using saplings. Oh, okay, that's quite a bit different than I thought it was. As many things in this mod pack seem to need. Okay, well that's fine. We've got plenty of saplings that we can use. So, wicker bundles. There we go. And bloodied wicker bundle. Okay, so by and large, these don't really serve any purpose. The wicker bundles, you can use them as storage for your saplings, but by and large they're not really serving any purpose, and I think, can you turn these back? No, you can't. So you can't use them as storage, they're just a structure you can build out of your wicker bundles, out of your saplings. But these guys are bloodied wicker bundles, and they have a distinctly... Oh no! Glitch, died to a cave spider. Poor him, oh well. But anyways, that is what we shall be using next time to summon and capture a Huntsman of the Wild Hunt. We might even summon 2 of them, if I'm feeling particularly lucky. But with that in mind, I shall catch you all next time. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and or a favourite. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to be notified of future updates. You can also check out the website where most other content is uploaded. That's all for now, catch you later.